Imagine floating in a metal box millions of miles from anything you've ever known. The silence isn't peaceful. It's deafening. The darkness isn't serene. It's a suffocating blanket that presses in on you day after day. This was the reality for the crew of the Starship Odyssey, pioneers sent to chart the unknown. Who found something far more terrifying than any alien species, the crushing weight of absolute nothings. As their mission began with hope and ambition, a testament to human curiosity. The Odyssey was the pinnacle of technology, a self-sustaining world designed for a multi-generational voyage into the intergalactic void. The crew were the best of the best brilliant scientists, seasoned engineers, and mentally resilient astronauts, but no training could prepare them for the psychological abyss that awaited. The first year passed as planned, data was collected, experiments were run, and the camaraderie was strong. They were a family, united against the vast, silent backdrop of space. But as they pushed further, beyond the last shimmering nebula and into a region of space utterly devoid of stars, something began to change. The endless black outside the viewport started to feel less like a canvas and more like a void staring back. It began subtly, a missed communication check, a forgotten maintenance routine. Then came the whispers, at first. They were dismissed as auditory pareidolia of the brain creating patterns from the hum of the life. Support systems. But the whispers grew more distinct, echoing in the quiet corridors, seeming to know the crew's deepest fears and regrets. Dr. Reese Thorne, the ship's psychologist, logged a sharp increase in anxiety and sleep disturbances among the crew. He, too, began hearing them. Commander Eva Rostova, a woman known for her unshakable resolve, started seeing things in her peripheral vision, fleeting shadows that darted just out of sight. Was it exhaustion? Or was something else on board with them? The ship's sensors reported nothing. The Odyssey was a closed system, a sterile environment, yet the feeling of being watched became a shared, unspoken dread. The void outside wasn't just empty, it was actively hostile to the human mind. The lack of external stimuli, the constant, unchanging black, forced their minds to turn inward. Memories became distorted, blending with the present, old arguments with loved ones left behind on Earth replayed with. Unnerving clarity, the crew started to isolate themselves, the mess hall growing quieter each day. The trust that had bound them together began to fray. One of the botanists, Kenji, became obsessed with a single wilting plant in the hydroponics bay. He claimed it was speaking to him, telling him secrets about the universe. He spent days talking to it, neglecting his duties, his eyes hollow and distant. The others watched him, a chilling reflection of their own teetering sanity. Was he losing his mind, or was he the only one truly listening? The phenomena grew more physical. Tools would go missing, only to reappear in impossible places. The ship's internal temperature would fluctuate wildly in sealed-off sections, the main computer. A bastion of pure logic began outputting streams of nonsensical code, interspersed with what looked like ancient, long-dead languages. The line between technological malfunction and something more sinister blurred completely. Commander Rostova tried to hold her crew together. She ordered mandatory group sessions, forced social interactions, anything to combat the creeping isolation, but it was like trying to patch a disintegrating hull. With tape, her authority eroded as her own grip on reality weakened. She found herself staring into the void for hours, convinced she could see patterns in the nothingness, a language written in the absence of light. The mission's original purpose, exploration, was long forgotten. Survival was the only goal. But survival from what? There was no monster to fight, no alien threat to vanquish. The enemy was the space between stars, the silence between heartbeats, and the growing emptiness within their own minds. The Odyssey was no longer a vessel of discovery. It had become a psychological tomb. One night, the ship's comms officer, Lena Petrova, broadcast a message. Not to Earth, but out into the void. There was a rambling, desperate plea, not for rescue, but for an answer. She screamed into the static, asking the emptiness what it wanted from them. The only reply was the hum of the ship and the faint, almost imperceptible whispers that now seemed to come from the walls themselves. The crew of the Odyssey discovered a fundamental truth of the cosmos. The universe was not designed for the human mind. In its vast, silent indifference, it acts as a mirror, reflecting our own inner voids until we are consumed by them. The descent wasn't caused by a monster. There was an implosion of the human spirit, adrift in a place where I was never meant to be. The last log entry from Commander Rostova was not a report. It was a single, fragmented sentence. The stars have gone out, and we are the ghosts that remain. After that, the Odyssey fell silent. It continues its journey through the starless dark. A ghost ship carrying the echoes of a crew that stared long into the abyss. Only to find the abyss staring back, not with malice, but with a terrifying, absolute indifference. What they experience serves as a chilling warning. Sometimes the greatest horrors aren't what we find in the dark, but what the dark finds within us. Thanks for watching. If this story captivated you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more journeys into the unknown.